Hey, what's up, Trojan family? Welcome back to the USC LAFB show. Here on the LAFB network, we are Los Angeles Sports, and this is your daily dose of USC Trojans news. I'm Ryan Dyer. Thank you, as always, for making this a part of your day. Official visit weekend number 2 begins tomorrow, June 13th, or depending when you're listening to this, but it begins on June 13th through June 15th. It is not as how do I say this? Loaded with uncommitted talent as recently was scheduled. You know, obviously the USC Trojans, like many other teams, have moved around official visits in the month, went heavy in the first weekend and kind of paired that with specific players to kind of help with the recruiting process. I talked about that on the last video, specifically in regards to Jet Wilson and Booby Feaster. Excuse me, not Jet Wilson, Jet Washington and Booby Feaster. This weekend coming up is another very important weekend, but it's going to look a little differently. So the list was just released. There will be 9 players officially on USC's campus. I'll go ahead and just read them to you. Jonas Williams, 4-star quarterback. Luc Weaver, 4-star receiver. Esun Tafa, 4-star interior offensive lineman. Braeden Jones, one of the first commits of the class, 4-star defensive lineman. Tron Baker, 3-star receiver. John Fifita, 3-star interior offensive lineman. Taylor Johnson, one of the newer commits, 3-star linebacker from right here in SoCal. And Malik Brooks, 3-star defensive lineman. All of those names are already committed to the class. The lone non-commit coming is 4-star top 10 ranked edge Luc Wafle. He's uncommitted. Currently trending between like Penn State and Texas, but USC is absolutely in the mix. Both Coach Henderson and Coach Nua have visited Luc Wafle and his family, so they begin picking up steam in that regards. Now, this to me, take it forever you want, but this tells me 2 things when you look at this list, because I think it was a strategic purpose the way USC built out this list. I think, 1, they're going all in on Luc Wafle. KJ Ford is another name that we've talked about, and many of you have probably heard. Edge, another edge player that they are going hard after. He's, I believe, officially scheduled as of now for the June 20th weekend. We'll see how that holds up. But by only having Luc Wafle as the only non-commitment, it allows them to show prioritizing him to be the edge player they're going after with the remaining kind of offers. And so they can go all in on him in terms of priority, in terms of offer, and in terms of just kind of showing him how much they're involved, because he is the only non-commit in the class in this weekend. It also allows you to now instill him in the culture of what the 2026 class is building. If you have, say, even like last weekend, 5 or 6 uncommits, they're going to see some of the commits with them. But, you know, everyone's going to kind of branch into their own thing. You're going to be with their family. He has nowhere to go. Like, he has 8 other recruits with him that are all in this class. Jonas Williams is back for his 2nd weekend in a row. Jonas Williams, quarterback, was there last weekend. Booby Feaster talked about how he had a connection with him, and obviously that could be a tandem, a 1-2 QB wide receiver tandem. He'll be back this weekend. Now, obviously, he plays the offense versus defense, but he's hoping to be the future leader of the team, so instilling him to be able to be with Wafle, along with these other already commits that are there. Malik Brooks is a defensive line commit, so obviously plays on the defensive line with him. Braeden Jones, defensive line / edge commit, so another guy that would play directly alongside him. Taylor Johnson as a linebacker. So you're getting guys that are already committed that can focus on also recruiting Wafle, being like, look, this class is awesome. The school is awesome. Like, we're already coming here. Come join us. Come link up. So those are the 2 things with Wafle I think are very important. The last and final thing is you still have to keep guys committed, and you got to show that they are priorities. And if you have visits, and this is just my opinion, but if you end up having visits where there's, let's say, 5 committed guys, 5 uncommitted guys, and I'm not saying USC has done this or will do this, but just common thought is, hey, you're going to put in more time with the uncommitted guys, trying to get to show them like, hey, we want you to be here. We want you to commit here. You're going to spend a little bit more time potentially. And then guess what? The committed guys will be like, well, I want to be here. I already committed to you, and I'm not feeling the love anymore. maybe that leads to decommitments. Because then guys are like, well, man, they want these guys more than they want me. I play the same position. But they're putting all their time and stock into this guy instead of me keeping me here because guess what? Signing day is still 6 months away. Well, now with this, yes, you can hone in and spend more time with Luc Wafle, but also you're not having to spread out with other uncommitted guys. Everything can be together as one and showing all the love to your commits by saying, hey, let's finish this thing through. Help us get Luc Wafle. But hey, we love all 8 of you that are here and that have already committed to this program and have already put in work to building out this class and being the face of this class and putting USC Trojan football back to where it should be. So I think it was a really strategic weekend. I know a lot of fans will be like, man, only one non-commit coming. Like, what's the point? No, it's still huge because the finish line is still a far way away. I feel really good about this class holding strong throughout the whole way. But you still got to lay the framework and continue building the relationships. And so getting the committed on campus is very important. And then having those committed on campus to help the uncommitted become committed is now just another strategy that they employed last weekend, and it looks like they will employ again this weekend. So I think things with Luc Wafle will trend well. We'll see how the visit goes. We'll have plenty of videos and content on LAFBnetwork.com about that when it is said and done. But I expect things to go well because I think Wafle, while nationally is getting talked more about to the Penn States of the world, to the Texas of the world, I think the Trojans stand a really good chance, especially with some of the other guys like Trenton Henderson, who they've kind of cooled on and taken a step back from to focus more on a player like Wafle. And this visit just shows that even more of like, hey, you're the only guy not committed here. Shows we want you. So I think it was a really strategic way to do it and a really smart way to do it. But there'll be plenty coming out of this weekend. Can't wait to get into it and talk about it. So make sure to keep it right here, USC LAFB. Hit that like and subscribe button so you get all the updates. Obviously, LAFBnetwork.com is where you can find all of our USC Trojans content along with all the rest of LA sports content. And if you're on audio, just search Salute to Troy on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Plenty more coming. It's exciting recruiting season. June's just getting heated up. We'll be back with more. Thanks as always. I'm Ryan Dyer. Fight on.